Welcome to Rad Sib Spotlight, a podcast for siblings and parents of people with reactive attachment disorder. Our special guest today is Shari, sharing a new resource called GlassSibling.
Hi, my name is Shari, and I am the founder of GlassSibling.com. I'm a rad sib. I grew up as the biological kid in a family who adopted some children with special needs, and I'm here to help other people who are there too. So one of the things that I did was I looked around and I realized that I cannot be the only one. And I started running into other people with a similar story who had similar pain points and didn't know how to adjust back to life once the chaos was gone. And they didn't know how to handle it in the middle of it. And they didn't have any hope that it would end. And so what I did was I founded Glass Sibling to create a space for that community for the biological siblings in families who adopt or foster, or even just have a biological sibling with a lot of special needs that pulls those resources and that time and that attention. And I created a space for us to be able to come together and talk just online, kind of a community forum, post board, live meetings, this, that, and the other, just depending on your schedule. What I'm doing right now is building some courses because I'm a practical, pragmatic kind of person. And I was like, okay, so how do I live life? Like, how do I figure out how to deal with this? How do I change those habits that did not help me cope, but that I still use to run away from my problems instead of dealing with them? So what I'm doing is just creating some courses with that practical advice, a little bit of here's how to take a deep breath, and here's how to articulate what you're feeling, and here's how to learn to have those conversations with your parents. Here's why it's worth it. Here's what you got to do. Here's what you can expect while you're doing it. Because it's not all sunshine and roses. There are hard days. There are days where you see a win. There are days when it's one step forward, three steps back. There's days where it steps forward and you're like, yes, we finally maintained it. We got there. And it's a journey, and it's not instant, and it takes work, and you can't do it alone. I tried and it didn't work. And so what I'm trying to do is build a place where I can be that support that I didn't get, and I can give it to other people. So you can find Glass Sibling. It's just GlassSibling.com. We've got a blog going, community's getting up and running. We have Facebook, we've got Instagram, starting a TikTok because that's the thing to do, I guess. Um, and there's GlassSibling@pm.me if you just want to email, and we can start going back and forth, building those relationships. I would love to hear other stories and see how we can help. On the website, there's a couple of free resources to help you figure out how to articulate your own emotions, something you can hand your parents to say, here are 5 ways that you can help me feel seen, that I would like from you, because especially when you're just starting those conversations, you don't always know how to articulate it. So what I'm trying to do is build those resources and give you those resources that you can just repeat verbatim or adapt to your situation and say, okay, I can start with this. And then you learn how to put your own words to it as you go. Because it's the starting that's the hardest part. So if you have something right there in front of you that you can read from or that you can hand people and say, this is what I need. I don't know how to say it, but this is what I need. That's what I'm trying to do and build. Honestly, if you're still in that situation and if you're in the middle of it, I just pray that this helps you realize there is hope. There will be light at the end of the tunnel, and healing is possible. I pray for you right now that God gives you the strength to stand there in the middle of it and to learn to trust Him, and that you learn to open your eyes and see the help that is around you if you just are willing to reach out and take that risk one more time. And I just pray God's peace for you, because it is chaotic in the middle of that storm, and sometimes you don't think it'll ever end. And so I just pray that the Jesus who calms the wind and the waves will be there for you, and that you'll see that and feel that and learn to trust that.
Rad Sibs Spotlight, bringing the Sibs back into focus.